Why hello there my lovely LEGO addicts. All-time viewers may be surprised to see another fun haul set. I'm going to just not talk about the name. Okay, this is the third time I'll be reviewing a set by this company and the reason's very interesting, so I kind of just want to dive into that for a moment. First reviewed a set by them about a year and a half ago. It was a very interesting experience for me because it was the first time I had a building bricks kit that wasn't the premium leading brand, and it had a lot of mixed reactions for me, which I kind of outlined quite thoroughly on the review at the time. Overall, it was kind of a net neutral, so I wasn't kind of open to trying a second one. The second one kind of eradicated the problems that I had with the first one, which is mostly that the base for the first one was really thick and not very fun to build, but the second one, the medieval tavern boat thing, was really stunning and didn't have the same issues as the first one, and just was beautiful and well designed and just really creative and wonderful. The conclusion at the end of that one was I'm quite into these sets, they're really cool, but my reason for not getting more was because at the time I didn't really have any space to display these sets. They were huge and they didn't fit in my city, so I ended up just having them in my attic, so that was a bit of a shame, and I didn't want to get more sets because that felt really wasteful, even though the building process was quite fun. That all changed, however, when I saw this set come out. Now this set basically answers everything that I wanted, because this is basically a set that is ready to add to your city. And let's be honest here, I have a huge city and I would really like extra stuff. And the benefit of all the fun haul sets is that they all come with lights already. This set was very interesting. When I saw this come out, I got very interested and very excited. Looking at the details of the set online, I was like, actually no, this is really nice. I want this in my city. Probably slightly modified around it, but it would integrate so well straight away, and it's kind of what I want to build anyway, so why not buy a really cute set with loads of prints and details to just integrate. I feel like between now and when I first reviewed their first set, attitudes towards alternative brick companies have sort of started shifting, which I think is a good thing, because there is a lot of stuff out there and there's actually some really good companies out there now, whereas when I first started thinking about alternative brick companies, there was a lot of grey area and a lot of stealing of ideas and stuff. But this company is one of those examples that just does really cool sets, and they are beautiful and they use really nice quality bricks and they are unique and they do their own thing, which that makes me really appreciate the company straight away. Now I want to go into a few details of this set, because there's actually quite a lot of positive things that I need to call out about this. So obviously I've already mentioned this comes with lights, but we'll go into slightly more detail about the lights soon. Also, it comes with a minifigure, which is really funny because the minifigure does not look like anything like the premium leading brand. It's quite funny and round and weird looking, but it's kind of charming in its own way. It also comes with a huge amount of prints. I will again go into more detail about the prints in a minute, because there are some things I want to say about those. But this set is $40 as of time of speaking, which, considering you get a whole build and lights and loads of prints and everything, is really good. And actually what I've been most interested about is I asked Funhaul before I reviewed this set if they are planning on doing anything more in the Town Life series, and they are planning on doing more Town Life stuff, which is cool because at the moment they have a lot of really cool builds on their website to buy, but they're all sort of fantasy or western or themes like that to me are beautiful but not very useful, so I don't really tempt me to purchase them. But they are going to do more Town Life stuff, which is great because actually this isn't ready to go into city, so if they're going to do more, that makes me happy straight away. I think I get asked this a lot, and I think this set will again allow me to reiterate their bricks are very similar. They're not the same. The clutch plow is slightly different, though I obviously highlighted this hugely in my first build from them, where that was slightly tricky because the bricks are so big, so they were hard to put together. Anything that's smaller and doesn't use 2x8 bricks all the time, that's not a problem. And everything fits really well, holds really well, feels nice. They're slightly shinier than some of the premium brand bricks, but we probably have all seen that recently, especially for elements that have movement in and that flex, they are slightly shinier from the premium leading brand as well. So actually they're coming closer together. So quality wise, it feels very similar. Quality of prints is probably something that I personally especially am really interested in. So I am a person that really likes pad printed elements. So the same technique that the leading brand uses for their bricks. It just has the crispest, most saturated quality, I personally think. Now the elements in this set look to me mostly UV printed, which means that there is a lot of detail in them, but they feel slightly sort of grainy. They are really detailed though, so that's kind of worth noting. There is a huge amount of them in these sets, and actually the details on them are really cute, and from a slight distance you can't really tell the difference. If you don't go like, no, it has to be printed, they're really lovely elements, and though they do look different than the leading brand elements, they are just really nice. And let's be honest, I think we probably are all in agreement that because they're prints, it's better than stickers because it makes the building experience really very stress-free. Let me just really quickly go into the building experience of this. Though it wasn't like a build where I would go, wow, this is brilliant, it was still really fun. It has some really nice elements to kind of create more detail, some interesting techniques. Nothing like, you know, mind-bending Rivendell builds or whatever, like there wasn't really anything like that. Probably my least favourite bit was this corner here because it doesn't look as polished. Though you can't really tell anymore now that all the details on there. But I had a fun time building it. It was simple to follow the instructions. Even including the lights, and this leads me really easily on into the lights because I really want to talk about the lights. It didn't feel like the lights were obstructing the build fun. It was just really great just to integrate them as you went. Yeah, it was just a really fun experience. Because these sets are designed for lights, they come with the lights. They use techniques to make it easier to hide the cables, and if you are anybody that has lights in their cities or lights in any Lego set, you know how slightly frustrating and tricky it can be to add lights, because obviously these sets are not designed for it. This one is. So this company has developed special bricks that like have a more space for the cables to run through. It uses Technic elements in order to pass cables through holes and then hide the hole, so you can't, it doesn't matter that they're there in the set, but like it makes building it way easier. And also I noticed, and I don't know how long they've been doing this, but this set has different type of lights. So all of the lights in any of my city that I've used from any kind of brand so far. So I've used Lighttailing, Bricksmax, Game of Bricks, which has Light Go. So all of those use a particular type of light. This brand, since this build, because they were still the same and compatible previously, have a different system. Now that means that there's a few elements that are different, but particularly the connector bits are different to all of my other connectors in my city, which building the set on its own is really useful because the elements that they include are really nice and actually have specialized like elements where you can plug things in, and they're really sturdy and make hiding it easier, so I really like those. But for me personally, this makes it slightly tricky to integrate into the city because I want to have it sit like in front, and the only way I can plug this set in is with the USB cable, because I can't now use an extension lead from this set into one of my other cables to then go back to this USB cable. So as much as I really enjoy those new lights in this set on its own, compatibility to the other rest of the city now makes it a little bit more tricky. Can I change that? Absolutely, like not a problem. I could just change this to like my own system like now. However, I just want to highlight it for people that are like, oh, I want to integrate this into my city. I already have lights. This uses different connectors, but they work really well. They're really secure, they're really easy to use, and the elements they've used are really nice. So I think the lighting is objectively more sturdy and like foolproof in this set than the lights I'm using in my whole city. But the fact that they're not compatible is slightly annoying. That being said, I think I just fell for this set because it has so many details. It has real charm, and really the lights and everything just gives sort of like that charm to it. Also, like there's a few really fun builds, like you can move this awning, and it's just very, very cute. I really loved building it. My least favorite thing is probably the unprinted seagull, which I wish he was printed because everything else is printed, but the seagull isn't, so it feels more like a statue than a real gull. Even if you're just looking for a fun build and some printed elements to add to your city, even if you didn't want this whole set in your city, it's worth it for the elements. There's just like so many cute ones. There's obviously a few things that I don't particularly love, which is mostly this lantern. I don't really like the design of it. I appreciate that they've gone for a very different design to basically, you know, the leading brand, because it is nice and it differentiates themselves, but I feel like it's quite unpolished compared to the rest of the set. It's sort of like quite blocky and big. It works really well for the light inside of it. It makes it really shiny, but it's not my favourite. That's just something I had to highlight. But basically overall, I thought it was a really, really solid build. It's really nice value. It feels so worth it. I think if other certain brands that we both know did stuff like this, it would sell like hotcakes. The amount of just printed elements in the set is insane and so fun, and I'm so glad I got this, and I genuinely can't wait for them to do more because I just want to see what else they come up with. In case you're wondering, this is going to live in my city. Like, I'm doing this review because I want to put it in my city like right now. I'm probably gonna make my own tile base with the tiles that I already own, but everything else will just be used the set, plonk it into the city. I think it's gonna look so nice. It's obviously not really like a modern day thing. Like, I feel like newsstands are sort of like a past thing, but it feels really appropriate for my city. My city is quite like old-fashioned, so it's like it fits in so well straight away. It's quite funny because it's going to sit really close to the newsstand next to the police station, so there's going to be a bit of newsstand rivalry going on. I just really love this set. I think it's really cute, and I will add some footage at the end of this video of this in the city because I think that will give you an idea of how well it blends in. Personally would really love modular compatible buildings that are unique, that are well designed, and that are, you know, built with care. I'm always looking for really beautiful intricate mocks to build, but if there was a company that did modulars that were already lit up, which would be great for me, and really well designed, not stealing from like mock designers, and just basically giving me the whole kit without me having to like find all the elements myself, that would be like a total dream. So I'm really hoping that they will do more cute sets like this, small, affordable, smaller sets, and also maybe some bigger things. I really am hoping that this Town Life line will flourish and grow because I am very excited about this, and I hope you are too. So I know this has been a really popular set. I know a lot of people have got this set already, and I know I'm really late to the party, but I felt like because I've reviewed a few other Funhouse sets, it was really fun to talk about this one, which I genuinely love, and it's really exciting in a way to see from me how they've gone from the first set I've reviewed to this one, and I really just feel like they've been a brilliant company for taking on feedback, listening to the people that reviewed their sets, and really just trying to improve the sets with the criticism in mind. I think that shows that they really care, and that makes me really excited. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you have any questions, do let me know. I try and answer them. If you're interested in buying anything from them, there's a link down below. I have an affiliate link with them. Don't worry, you don't have to, but like, you can support the channel too. That would be helpful. Thanks. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've had so much fun reviewing this, and I'm really excited to add it to my city, so I'm going to do that now. All right, goodbye.